Time now for an update. NewsNation has been following for months the case of missing Florida woman Ana Knezevich vanished in February. This is new video showing both the FBI and Spanish authorities searching for her remains. Ana had recently moved from Fort Lauderdale to Madrid after a 13-year marriage fell apart. Police believe her estranged husband, David Knezevich, is responsible for her murder. FBI agents arrested him at the Miami International Airport in May. This afternoon, he is expected to be formally charged in connection to her disappearance. I want to bring in Andrew Stoltmann, a trial attorney and Northwestern law professor, for some context. Andrew, I said for her murder, we don't know that she's been murdered. I want to correct that. But we do know that she's been missing, and we do believe that authorities believe David is responsible for her disappearance. With one count of kidnapping being one of the charges in connection to her disappearance. They continue to search for her remains. Do you believe the charges will be upgraded if they do find her?
Yeah, I think right now the police are still gathering information with respect to her disappearance. There's no question that they believe she has been murdered. Right now, they can keep him on the kidnapping charges, but I would expect murder charges to be filed against him in the relative short future.
And because I'm glad you corrected me on that, because one of the things I misspoke and I said murder, but right now is classified as a missing persons case. Why do you believe they went with that kidnapping charge? Because people have been convicted in murder cases without a body being found.
Yeah, absolutely. But not having a body found makes it a lot more difficult to get these charges to stick. But there sure is some really damning evidence against him. There's a video of somebody who looks very similar to him going to his ex-wife's apartment, spray painting the security camera, and then leaving the apartment an hour later with a very large piece of luggage. Now, it's shortly after that, basically immediately after that, that she disappears. So, it never ceases to amaze me how many times the spouse does the murder and thinks they can get away with it, but there's some pretty damning evidence. So I would expect those charges to be upgraded to murder charges relatively soon.
I'm totally with you. I'm like, are they not watching the same shows I am? They always look at the spouse. Why do people do this? Police allege that David was seen on that surveillance video, like you said, in Spain, spray painting, but they also say they believe he was the person captured on that video actually taking something large out. Again, they would need to actually have evidence of all of this to actually file a more formal charge, correct?
Absolutely. Now, you can charge somebody even with just circumstantial evidence, but they sure would prefer to have the body because that tells you so much about the story of what transpired. And as you well know, of course, they're going through a very nasty divorce with millions of dollars at stake. So if you want to talk about somebody who has the motive to kill their spouse, it's this gentleman. Now, obviously, we don't know if he did it, but this is just the thought process of the investigators, both here in the United States and in Spain.
Andrew, that grand jury did indict him on the kidnapping charge. Do you think that grand jury's decisions bodes well for prosecutors, or do you still think this case will be a challenge to prosecute because, once again, like you said, because of that lack of a body?
Yeah, I guess I don't want to say I give him credit, but at least he did cover up his trail, if indeed he's the murderer, better than most people did. He rented a car, he tinted the windows, he spray painted the security camera. But certainly the kidnapping charges, I think, are the precursor to what will eventually be murder charges.
Andrew, one last quick question for you there. How does the international aspect of all of this impact the case?
Makes things 10 times more complicated because while the FBI is in Spain looking for the body, they have to get permission from the FBI equivalent in Spain to do that. It's harder to gather evidence. It's harder to gather documents. It really does complicate things. Arguably, that's part of the reason why he allegedly, likely, possibly did the murder in Spain instead of here in the United States.
I'm thinking, if nothing else, chain of custody with evidence. I could see a defense attorney just tearing into that immediately. Andrew Stoltmann, trial attorney and Northwestern law professor. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.